is not going to be good for any of the teams down below. People like Duke users, Jumper, maybe threats as well. Elysian Slick looks like they're trying to make their way around the mountain on that left side of your screen right there. Canada and co looking great up on height here, as we saw them do so often yesterday. Up on that high ground position, they can see where everyone's going, they can see potential sprays, and they've got to be careful, though, of those trying to launch pad up, because people will launch pad to save materials, and they have to be very careful. They're not going to lose out on that high ground.
Yeah, and that high ground is actually being held down by Stretch and Epic Whale alongside Kanata. Didn't think I'd see Epic Whale here touching down on NA territory as well, but already we have the best in EU. We have some of the best NA West has to offer, and this is really starting to shape up for a great showing of trios coming together right now to have some fun, even if they're not the official trios themselves. Here goes Sprite down low. He's on the second height here. But again, this is playing very, very awkwardly, huh? It's like super high up here now. As players just not looking to go down into the divot at all, but it's aiming straight off the mountain. It's going right down to that river's edge, onto the riverbed, so they're gonna have to come down eventually. I like what they're doing. They're actually fighting their way down now. Kanata, hand cannon in hand. Can you give us a highlight right now? We need a nice little headshot. No, he's not going to find it, but for Slick, Elige, and Bank, they're fighting Elims left and right here. And it's on some big names, too. That's Commandment down there, Scented down as well, as Tahi finds him. So, trios having a struggle changing layer right now.
Yeah, really struggling indeed, but those trios right there managing to get themselves ahead of zone. Slick, Elige and co managing to get themselves in the advanced position with that launch pad. They are a little bit split right now, though, so they happen to try and get back together, which looks as though they are doing so well, getting ahead of zone as well. And this sort of zone is so important. Epic Whale and Stretch, Canada down. Epic Whale and Stretch still up on height, though. Haven't got too many materials. Only 10 builds for Epic Whale, and this is going to be a difficult situation for them right now. Do they have to drop? I think they surely do, right? In this sort of zone, they don't want to be too high up, especially only being held up by wood, because the second height's going to be looking up for an opportunity to take it.
It's Acorn.
Be very careful. It is Acorn who's making that play right now, but Stretch says, you know what, mate, you're not having it. I'm staying up here with my boy, Epic Whale.
It's cost them a lot here. Stretch is starting to run out of material now, and that's it. That's everything. Epic doesn't have anything either, so it's going to come down to this refresher here, and no, instead they have no material to go ahead and elevate themselves or get off of the builds there. Back onto TNA Slick, though. The big Slick representing for TNA here. He's still alive. Elise is very healthy, but Bank is the one who's knocking on death's door right now. He is lit up on the backside of the tarp, and there it is. They do have that chug cannon. Deciding now if they want to use it as the team. They are. They're going to say, hey, it's more important to have us fully capped off right now. They're looking for the next battle. On to Mega. Mega behind the wall. He tries to escape. High ground is unfolding. Tahi, Jack, Slacks, Acorn, all in the clash here. And Gabe's going to be the king of height. For us, though, another healthy player who's on the low ground controlling things with their auto materials. So we're going to start seeing players really begin to clash here. Even Booga's in on it, and no! Booga finds Slick. No, the one last TNA standing member here in the top 10 is going to go down, but it isn't a full team wipe. Not just yet.
Not just yet, and Booga does go down there as well. Avery and Nosh left alone. It looks as though the Gabe, Tahi, and Sprite trio are up on height right now, spraying down, making sure that they can command and take a commanding position on that high ground. As it looks as though Frisk does go down there in the feed. We see Duke going down. Sprite, Gabe, and Tahi right now just commanding high ground. They don't have too many builds, but at this stage, all they need to do is spray down. They do have that chug cannon as white heals if they do need to. Nosh and Avery not looking so good. Look at their HP, not very good at all. They only have 10 builds now right now for Nosh and co. This is going to be very tough for them to close out the victory, but never say never.
This is sketchy. They use one of their win conditions there. They actually blow a lot of the chug cannon splashes to top off. Avery down on the low ground for Tahi, Gabe, and Sprite here. Essentially the free high ground they've been gifted, and they get to chill up for it. They fought well and hard for Nosh, though. He's got to win these ones, and he is. There goes the Siphon. It's going to keep him alive a little bit longer, but the stretch to the zone, oh man, it's going to cost him a little bit more here. 75 HP, that's just a couple ticks. He doesn't have enough to survive the distance here. Pam is inside the zone as well. Just playing for the heal off a little prematurely, though. There's a full 10 seconds here on the rotate on in. Nosh is going to make the edit down. It's good. It's only one knock, though, but Tahi finds the rest here. Another chug cannon. Trades hands, and now the one-on-one. Tahi with the Siphon is enough for him to win the game. And, of course, high ground is going to be king, especially...
Yeah, getting those early refreshes is so important, of course. Look, they're not looking too great on the materials right now, although they are going to have enough to get them through maybe the next two zones. They are going to have to try and find some eliminations to get those refreshes. We see visuals here. Only him and Frist alive, and we see Reverse and Mera. Day has gone down earlier on in the game, and Mera there nearly connecting with a headshot snipe. That was close. They're looking pretty good, though. They are in a decent enough position. Mera getting absolutely lasered there as well by another player, as we see Reverse trying to get themselves ahead. Reverse now going to be thinking, right, okay, where do we go, Mera? We're a man down. How do we rotate without getting tagged as much as possible? Is our heals going to be enough, or are our heals going to be enough to get us through this end game and maybe clutch up as many placement points possible? Because, of course, it's not just about the win. If they can clutch up some placement points, if they can manage to maybe get some eliminations, it all counts and it all goes on their leaderboard. So if they can move their way up, that would be great for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And for Carry, Pam, and Fatch, again, one of the few teams that were inside that top 4. They start off with 3 eliminations. That's a 6-point swing, and now they're just a placement point away. Just another team has to fall here in order for them to breach into that next bracket of placement points where things really start to add up and get exciting for them, especially since they are so high up inside the feed. But Kanata, Epic Whale, Stretch, of course, naturally led by Stretch here in Epic Whale. They're going to be playing for height. It's just a perfect combination of players that like to be dominant in the game. Kanata included, right? He's just been doing it since yesterday. He's been playing like this with his duo partner, and now we're getting to see it all unfold here inside of trios. Now, in the last game, the mistake was they were contested on height. A team landed on them. They tried to fight for it. Actually, it was Acorn, Jack, and Slacks there. We got to see if they can actually pull this one out and ride it out. As TNA Speedy goes down, and Jeff is left by himself now as he loses Pulsonics there too. So this is, of course, just starting to crumble here now for Jeff.
Yeah, this is it's TNA Oliver OG right here. He changed his name to TNA I Love Jeff as a bit of a joke.
Wait, is that Oliver?
Yeah, that's
OG?
Oliver, and
My
Jeff
gosh.
goes down, I think, to Muzz, so a fellow, so an ex-TNA member being taken out by a current TNA member right there. We see Epic Whale up on height once again. Can they make it a better option than last time? Of course, they did. They were on height nice and early on, but they couldn't hold it, and this could be where we're going to see them not hold it once again. Epic Whale on that probably quite high ping, manages to keep it once again, and is that Fatch trying to get, oh, it's Quar actually, trying to make a play for height right here, make his way up. Nico comes up as
Nico
well. They only
too.
got 25 bills for Epic Whale. Can they try and stay ahead, or are they going to have to go for the drop-down option as Knight picks up another couple of shots right here? If he can get some eliminations, that'd be crucial.
my
Getting
gosh.
that refresh as well. This is so good from him with that gold pump shotgun. He is taking a lot of fire, though.
Yep, but there's another chug cannon there, so he knows he can burn the 5 here, pick this one up too. He probably has a launch pad to play with, but no, the same pathing there is going to reveal him to Scented and crew, and he gets chopped out of the competition. Speedy, Muzz, and Looter, this is the best game we have seen from them by far, and they're still alive. Clicks and Macwood still alive as well on the outskirts there. Yamzo still in this game. Oliver finally goes down there on the side, and oh no, Nico comes falling from the high ground. So it looks like Epic Whale might be able to win this one through, but nope, he goes down too. So the high ground is being all kinds of contested here. Paper can't even hold it. He's gonna have to go ahead and take some fall damage, and Knifer just barely, I mean barely, is alive up there, but hey, he's holding on to it. For TNA boys in the low ground, they're taking on the Kings of the Low. OCE is here, and they're showing up against the best right now. And listen, you get Muzz, you get Looter, you get Speedy into the end game. They're going to make big highlights here. Down goes Scented. Nicely done for the crew here. 5 eliminations already. Not bad at all.
Not bad at all. Speedy and Looter. Muzz did go down a little bit earlier on in this endgame, but they're taking out the low ground king, Scented, Edgy, and Commandment. That was great from them, as Speedy right now does have a little bit of materials to work with. He's going to try and lead Looter into this endgame, get themselves ahead of zone. This is a really, really great situation for them right now. 6 players left. We see Macwood going down in the feed there as well, as Speedy does fall to Fatch right there, who's very, very connected with a very, very good shot under there. So very tough for them, but they made it really, really far, didn't they?
And look at this. Jace is also going to make it far. Another game here, too. We saw him in the last round of Fortnite there. He made it towards the end game, but didn't quite be able to close out in the top 10. But here it is. They're alive. They're healthy up top for Carry, Pamso, and Fatch. By far the most consistent team we've seen here inside the Fortnite competition. Jace is going to jump down. Massive shot onto Fatch, and they are starting to turn the narrative here. Oh, no, but the exchange here is big. And remember, that's available for Siphon. And look at this. The clock is ticking here. Donnie's going to come down. He's going to fight a side angle, but it's a 2v1. It's a gun barrel out in the open, and another Siphon available here now. Can they survive this? Knifer prematurely runs back into the storm here, Miner. I mean, it's just the clock is ticking here. Can he heal? I don't know.
Has he got the heals?
Oh, no.
Carry goes down. Pam is about to go down as well. Is he? Yeah, and it's Knifer, Donnie, and Jace who come out on top in game 2 today with 6 eliminations for them right there. What a game that was for them there.
Things are going to pretty much slow down now as they wait for the zone. They get the first pull on the moving. Here's Spade, Mega, and Rokane on the move right now. And again, they pulled moving zone on top too.
Wow. That's crazy, keeping that high ground in play. So that's going to save them a lot of materials, of course. If the zone does go the other way, they're going to have to launch pad, of course, and then build back up. But they don't have to do that this time, which is absolutely vital for them. They're going to save those materials, keep that high ground, and maybe close out the match from that commanding position. We're seeing Mega, Rokane, and Spade right here. In the sort of, where we're in the second high position, they're doing the right thing, dropping down, trying to get some tags off as well. They are 230 below, so this is panic stations for them right now. 12 people need to get eliminated for them to be safe, but maybe they need to do some of those eliminations themselves, because of course, they are very far below Storm Surge.
Yeah, no time to fall any further either. Mega, Rokane, and Spade really got to get active here. They have to jump inside a box, prove that they're the threats here inside the lobby. Let's see if they'll know. The number just slipping away further and further here, and it's looking like an avalanche downhill battle. Oh, it's looking downhill for Stretch too as he takes fall damage there. But look, it's these risky plays from Stretch, Epic Whale, and Kanata that puts them in these positions to at least try their best to attempt to be the most dominant team inside the lobby. They try to go for high ground. And look, launch pads are having to be used here to get off of this height. Jays and Knife are like, nah, man, we're down here. We're just going to fire at you guys. We're going to take you guys out. Stretch has an even better position here. He's trying to fully chop them out here. That's it. That's a single build. Down they come. Kanata's out. Jace takes the fall damage there. He's a tick away from getting taken out. Stretch falls too. Will that Siphon go over, though? If that Siphon tosses over, no, it doesn't. Jace is still barely has anything to work with in there. This is going to be the fall damage. It's enough to take him out. Nico, Qua, and Paper now are the kings of high ground. Another well-executed high ground stab here means that they will be the most dominant team to walk this one through.
Yeah, they really are. Look at them up top here. They do have 36 kills for Nico right here, so I believe they can hopefully clutch out this game for them. Dropping some mats for his teammates as well. Usually they do have somebody sort of dedicated to go ahead, and as we see Nico staying back of top right here, back of the area, so he can just watch out for anyone maybe launch padding up, which he does so well. We see Acorn, Jack, and Slacks on the top left of your screen. A beautiful shot on the right-hand side as well as Nico right there, just applying the pressure from height, making it really, really difficult for teams like Acorn, Jack, and Slacks to get any connections and any edits, of course, on anyone down below. What a shot there as well from Acorn, but not quite enough to get himself that elimination. Gets taken out by Edgy, Ascended, and Co as well. I think Commandment is still alive right now. We see Gabe on his own. Clear Soda, Sprite still alive as well. Got themselves plenty of eliminations. Is that 10 eliminations for them? So looking really good.
Oh my gosh, and what a run for Gabe, Tahi, and Sprite so far. These big elims, not only that, remember, they were the team that took out first place, so this is a W across the board here. They've really opened up the opportunity for them, and I would not be surprised to see them at the top of the standings. Other big names still in this battle here. Aviv and Crew. Trashy's still up down there. I mean, listen, Slick is still alive here, and they're cooking as well. This might be the first TNA victory. Lining themselves up, but no, it's getting a little bit tougher now as Slick has to crank his way through these builds with the open build there. Someone's ready for the shot. It's a Liege now who has to pick up the builds here. He has to pick up the clutch too. There are so many lit players behind this wall. One shot is enough to take these guys out, but no, instead of Liege gets punished, and oh my gosh, the clutch up from the low ground teams there is just ridiculous. And on height, I mean, it's clear as day, man. They're just enjoying the weather up here, Miner.
Yeah, the low ground kings, Scented, Edgy, and Commandment, proving why we give them that name. They've got themselves a solid 8 eliminations from that low ground side. We see Edgy trying to go ahead as well, and now it's 3 teams. There's 3 teams left. I think they're all still alive and healthy for now. We're going to see who comes out on top, though. Is it going to be low ground? Is it going to be high ground? Or is it going to be the people right in the middle? Oh, no, I think it is. Yeah, look at them. They're in the storm. And that's Aviv and Co. getting in the storm. Magnolia there as well, getting taken down by Paper, Qua, and Nico. Nico going down, of course, and so does Paper. And that's Scented going back into the storm to get those eliminations as Commandment on low ground, trying to get his way up. If he can't, though, he hasn't got the materials, and Qua gets another elimination. He can't quite do it, though. It's the Scented, Edgy, and Commandment trio on top once again. Wow, what a game.
I mean, listen, we saw Epic down for a second, but he does get picked up, so you gotta be careful from those sniper shots there. It could really be the end runner, the game killer. But they're doing an excellent job. Stretch has even already positioned himself far in away, so really using those same tactics that he employs when he was playing with Saf and Avery or Saf and Zayt there, right? Really just taking in the lead. But the one downfall is that you can be easily isolated and picked off, and Acorn, Jack, and Slacks take full advantage of that, and now it really opens up the field for everyone else. Can Kanata go ahead and figure this out by himself now? Acorn's gone. He's got to be careful, though. Like we said, these other teams are here. They're hungry as well. And all of a sudden, it's just such a good position has turned into a nightmare situation for Kanata. Back to Speedy, Muzz, and Looter, though. Every game now, we're finding them in the end game over and over. They're really starting to find their footing here, find their momentum. They've got the wheels on the track right now, but they are below the surge here. This is a big surge deficit they have in front of them. 257 damage, guys. That is a fully healthy player and then some. They need a little more. Some tags are going to come through, but that's not enough. Look, it's just going back and forth. Very competitive lobby right now.
Yeah, they're really showing their character, of course, changing up their strategy and, of course, making sure that they can get above that surge. You see Mero just gliding on in there. Muzz trying to take advantage of that to get some tags off as we see a complete switch of height now. I think, is this Asia's Dejan skills? Is that Jack up on height? It is. It's the Jack trio all the way up on height. We see Gabe, Tahi, and Sprite right now making a beautiful little tarb in the mid-ground or low ground of the game right now, and Clarity G in the storm. They're going to use that opportunity to get an easy elimination, but not easy at all, of course, because there's another team spraying, and this is crazy for them right now. They do have the materials, though. They can escape, heal up, reset, and they can make sure that they can make this next rotate well. This is a really important turning point for them.
Yeah, definitely 600 damage above, so they're not going to have to worry about it at all. There's another team, though, that is in a desperate situation. But hold up, Acorn and Jack and Slacks here still fighting for high ground. There's another team that wants to battle them for it. And this is one of those Season 1S style fights for height. The team with the most material is the one that wins it all here. Honestly, the most heart, because it looks like it's still going here. Acorn goes for the launch pad across. It's going to at least keep him up just a little bit. But no, Kanata not making this easy at all. This is costing him everything. And look, he just gives it up. He says, all right, you know what? You got it. I'm going to go and give up the high ground now. Down he goes. I'm not sure if he felt his elimination there or not, but still costs this team so much and more. Looter, Speedy, and Muzz managed to maintain and survive the surge. Carry's going to fall in the feed there. That's the top 5 carry. Kanata's down opposed. All of a sudden, these top 10 teams, they make it to top 10, but they're not inside the top 5. Remember, for every team that falls now, there is placement points being given out.
Yeah, this is great from Speedy, Looter, and Muzz. Of course, they've survived that Storm Surge, so that's so important for them. Now they can think about the latter stages of this endgame. Only 30 HP for Looter right now, though. Of course, Muzz and Speedy are not looking too great either. It might be able to pick up an elimination right there. They do on Spade, I think that was. What an elimination that it was for them right there. We see Gabe, Tahi, and Sprite up on height as well. Looking pretty good. Not too good on the materials, though. And now Looter, Speedy, and Muzz. We saw them take out Scented Commandment and Edgy earlier on, so maybe they can dominate the low ground once again. Let's have a look. They do have themselves 2 eliminations, just rotating on the dead side of zone. Speedy going down there, I think, to the zone, and Looter using this corn very effectively. Only 4 bills to his name as well, as I think his teammate does kind of destroy that corn right there, which is maybe not the play, but they're going to have to try and find some old bills to get involved with, and now they're going to try and take them out. I think it's Commandment Scented Edgy, of course, on that low ground, and it's 1-1. Commandment Scented Edgy 1. Speedy, Looter, and Muzz 1 as well.
Came down to the positioning there. Edgy, Scented, and Commandment are the kings of the low, though, still in this game, and you can see they jump right down here. It's completely clear as well. They have it all to themselves here. This is going to allow them to really bounce back here. Decisions, though. Do they use the Chug Cannon right here, right now, nice and early? They are. They're going to start healing themselves up and start preparing for this low ground fight. They know how to play this. On high ground, Day with 10 eliminations. Reverse has 2. Miro has 5. This is the biggest chain of elims we have seen in Day. Is just adding and racking onto his count here. Another skull on the trophy wall right there. That's his 11th. Miro finds 1 too. That's his 6th. So all of a sudden now, we have the FNCS champion once again going toe-to-toe with Edgy, Scented, and Commandment in the end game. How's the story going to play out? They've been here before. They have exchanged blows before. They're no strangers to one another, but the champions, they walk away with it. They still got it. 22 eliminations. Yeah, surely. And you saw Reverse 2K, Miro, and Day. They're just beginning to enter into the zone on that eastern side. Another team that's still in the running right now. Another top 10 contender to look out for. Scented, Commandment, and Edgy, though. What can they do now? As they are in first place, guys. They are definitely leading the tournament right now. They were only a point above, though, so this is still a neck-and-neck race right now. It's going to come down to who has the most eliminations. For Booga, though, he's trying to play defense, trying to play for his life right now, as he gets super punished by Commandment, by Scented, by Edgy, that are just looking to push and power drive through the builds. We've seen this edited out before. It tends to work from time to time, and it's going to work out this time as Scented and Edgy. They opt to stay on their lair, stay on the low ground here. Don't want to get up and out of it, but instead they push off all the opponents here, and this is their strategy. This is what they do really, really effectively here. And now they can decide how they want to position up for the next rotate through. But look, it's all theirs already.
Yeah, this is great. Centered, of course, leading the rotate. Just having a little peek through the cone here, which is the best way to go, of course. The water they're going to try and avoid, I'm sure, because playing low ground with water can cause some problems, especially if the stream isn't running your way. So they're looking really good right now. No eliminations, but as we've seen so often, they sort of pick off the players that drop down from the higher positions. Maybe they haven't got any materials. Maybe they are looking a little bit low on HP. So that's where we're going to see them pick up those eliminations. And as we can see, Acorn, Jack, and Slag all trying to rotate their way and using that launch pad. About 2 or 3 teams using that right there as well. Centered looking for an opportunity to maybe recycle a launch pad if he hasn't got one himself, and I think he's going to have to decide just to go on foot on the low ground, maybe use some of those materials to get themselves in zone, because they do get a lot of material refresh, especially from the Siphon mats from some of the kills, some of the eliminations they get.
Not only that, that was just an information grab right there. So Commandment will be able to effectively tell his team, hey, listen, they all launch padded out. There's not going to be a single person on our tail. We'll be able to just lead this tarp on out. We got this completely clear to themselves, and I think they know now. The low ground is theirs to command. On high ground, though, Epic Whale, Kanata, Stretch. Once again, fighting for this high ground position, just trying to take home a victory royale today. I'm pretty sure that is what's on the list right now, on the bucket list. Can they get one of these wins here? Can he finally secure the dub? It's cost them so much material, though, every single time to be up top. And I mean, you'd expect nothing less from the consistent FNCS champion in Epic Whale as well, to be playing for the wins here. Now the Sprite, Gabe, and Tahi back with them. Remember, the story between Commandment, Sentinel, and Crew there, it's still on for Edgy and Crew. Look, they're on the layer. Nas, oh, Nas just gets 3-2-1. He is out. That's a free knock there and a refresher, which they absolutely need here.
They really do. Look at their material count. They do need that elimination as well, making sure to get those extra points. It looks like there's another team in the back as well, so maybe 2 or 3 teams rotating through the same time. As we see Mera getting lit up there as well. Reverse and Day manages to get some clutch ups. Day cannot clutch up though, and that incredible team from last game do go down. That's going to hurt them in the push to getting further up. Here we see Clear Soda, Sprite going down there as well. Gabe and Tahi, the only ones left right there. Spade taking him out. We see Day getting an elimination on Qua, but unfortunately does fall. Is that Stretch? Is that 9 to 4 damage right there? On high, maybe?
Yep, that kind of stuff will happen. He's down and he's out. It's to Avery, too. He got the last tags on him. How that's going to convert. Epic Whale goes down by Edgy, too. So Commandment, Sense, and Edgy might be making a play to look up to high ground right now, but the story is whether or not Sprite and company can Tahi here stay inside the game. They're all the way down here, and they're inside the zone fighting right now. Gabe is going to clutch up, though. He's going to find Knifer. It's enough for the Siphon. The zone's going to pull straight to the east here, and now Sentinel and Edgy Commandment coming right back down. Things are going to slow down for them. They're able to really recoup themselves, and they just have control of the game. They have it back inside their lobby. Look at this. It's not like they're in a frantic situation anymore. They have their 3 elims. They're reading the zone perfectly. They have the material just enough to work through the zone right now. And you can just tell they have complete control of the game here. Look, even a loot find right now.
Yeah, they've been in this situation so many times. We can see Centered doing his magic, rotating through old builds and making sure that he has his own builds as well. Hasn't got too many materials right now, so this is maybe where they're going to look for a little refresh. Maybe on Spade, Mega, and
Rokaine. He's blocking them out.
Yeah, he has with the little stare right now. And these little strategies is what these guys know. They know how to play low ground. They know what to do when someone drops on you, maybe a bit unexpectedly, and that takes a lot of determination. He is cutting them off right there. Spade, Mega, and Rokaine.
Yeah, just trying to continue to work their way through. This is the team on the other side of the wall here. They're on the outskirts, and you saw what Edgy Commandment and Crew did. They were holding them back, but Mega, Dubs, Mega, Spade, and Rokaine are fighting their way back, and they're actually going to wipe them up. So that is going to be a huge elimination and denying of major points there to Commandment, Sensitive, and Edgy. For Mega, Rokaine, they're back in this. Spade back inside the zone, but no. Jack, Acorn, and Slacks don't know where they came from, but they managed to win the game there. Just sneak their way right in. And look at this. They still gather information there, so continue to gather in. It's scoped up who's next in. Yes, he does find it. It's going to come at the cost of a major loss of HP here, so Mikey can still do something big here, but he's under the surge. They're not going to have to worry about it. You can hear the tags coming through, and now they're like, yes, pop your minis. Let's go and turn this around here. That is another point swing there and there. The Storm Surge finishes it off. He gets completely taken out, and now all of a sudden a 6-point swing, but don't count out Scented and Crew. Mega goes down. Scented finds one there as well, so Scented still finding points here. Where is the rest of our top teams? Sprite, Gabe, and Tahi Are they getting active right now? Have they found eliminations? Because it's coming down to who can continue to find elims to keep the lead or take the lead.
Yeah, all three of our top teams are still alive. Of course, maybe for one or two of them, not in the best situation, but Scented, Edgy Commandment, Scented there we saw in the feed, just picking up a few eliminations, which is perfect. That's exactly what they need. That's exactly what they want. They want those refreshes. That's exactly what they need to keep themselves going. As we see Speedy, Muzz, and Luta right here. Looks like the second height, maybe making a play for height in this end game right here. Looks as though they are good on Surge as well, of course. Now we have 50 players alive. They don't have to worry too much. A little bit of respite until that next zone does show. Of course, they might be below, so we got to watch out for that. As we're seeing the TNA trio right here, rotating into the next builds. I think they are second heights. They got to be very, very careful.
Let's see who's going to pull this half and half out. I mean, the wide shot gave us an idea of who's on high ground, and now we know it's going completely north. This is going to play better into Acorn, Jackson, Slacks, and Commandment, Sense, and Edgy, who were also up here housing positioning on this northern side. Acorn's trying to figure out, hey, can we get back up and grab some more of these mats here? We had some to work with, and yes, they are going to have just that full refresher to now start working out. And the fact that they're spearheading this rotate here is just beautiful for them right now, because this is going to go the distance. We have an actual race for first place right now. Who's going to take home the lion's share of the $10,000 here? This is the last game, guys. Game number 6. And we have, quite literally, we came in with just a several point difference between the teams. And they're going with the high fly here, not the low pad, all the way up now and all the way around as well. Here is the perspective. So 3 elims for Tahi, too. Sprite and Gabe are in this. That's the 4th there now, as Tahi finds another one making his way on over.
That's so good from them, getting those eliminations. That's going to be so good for them to move their way up the leaderboard. They were, of course, 3rd going into this game, so maybe Scented, Edge, and Commandment might have some pressure from the teams below. There's Tahi going down, of course, as well. Scented taking out Tahi. That's an unbelievable moment in this game, of course. That's going to be huge for Scented, Edgy, and Commandment. We have Sprite and Gabe rotating out and making sure that they don't want to get involved in that fight. As we see Scented using the launch pad, getting up another layer. Scented, Commandment, and Edgy are still all alive. 300 above Storm Surge, don't have to worry about that, but of course they will be hopefully closing out this endgame on the low ground. The zone pulls south as well, so this will be really, really tough for them up and down.
Yeah, here it is. Acorn, Jack, and Slacks. Once again, Jack is already out this game right here. Slacks at 0 eliminations here. Acorn cutting through right now. 3 elims, a big 97 as well. Can they continue to stay in this? They're just above the surge. That's a crucial tag, a pivotal moment here inside the competition. Hamstel goes down. That was our 4th place competitor. One other piece of the equation is now out of the game. How is this going to work out here? How is this going to shake up? For Edgy, Commandment, and Sensi healthy on their position where they like to be. Big Tarp fully built out as well, and they're starting to lead out, and they have the zone to themselves here. They're continuing to go. Acorn finds Osp inside the feed there too. Gabe is going to find one player from the TNG team. He's still finding points. All of our top 3 teams are still in this game, and they don't have more elims. Scented, Edge, and Commandment do not have more elims than all these other trios that are contesting them right now for the first place slot. So they're slowly slipping behind here, Miner.
This is absolutely huge. All top 3 teams are still alive and somewhat healthy. We see Commandment, Scented, and Edgy there. Their materials are looking great. They're ahead of zone in a position they want to be in. It's actually Sprite getting a fantastic elimination on Day right there with his great tack shotgun as well. So Acorn now rotating ahead, making sure that he gets involved and make sure he's cutting off any teams here, maybe picking up some of those eliminations. We talked about how important these eliminations are going to be for the likes of Acorn, Jack, and Slacks, and Sprite, Tahi, and Gabe. We're seeing clicks going down in the kill feed right there, in the feed as well right there, as we see Mera taking out Tragics as well. Edgy, Commandment, and Scented, though, they're running the show right now. They haven't got too many eliminations, but they're still alive, and they're all alive as well. That's so important.
And this is it. This is the final stretch right here. 1 minute and 20 seconds on the clock to determine who's going to be able to walk away with this. And with the amount of elims Sprite and Gabe have managed to pick up here, without Tahi, it's still going right now. And that means they might just be the team in the lead. This is too close to call right now. And now we get to see the top teams begin to clash here. Acorn and Jack jump into the box. Sprite has to make a move here. He works around and he finds Acorn. Down goes one piece of the puzzle. Down goes the other. That's it, the full wrap up. And now Sprite, Gabe, and Tahi can make the run for the races here. But there's another one inside the zone. He doesn't get the heal off fast enough. And that is Miro playing upset inside the storm line. Edgy is still up. Commandment is here. Scented is here. Gabe is going to go down. Down they go. They have done enough to definitely have more points right now than Edgy, Commandment, and Scented. But they're going to need more elims. In goes Edgy. Can he find this one? Yes, he does. Miner, we have a competition here. The blows are being exchanged. Stanton is
They go
out.
down.
That's it. Third place right there. And finally, it's all starting to connect for the high ground. It is starting to come together here.
It went from all 3 of the top 3 teams alive to all of them gone in
I
a
don't
matter
know.
of seconds. Look at
I
that.
don't
We got
know.
Stretch, Arkham on height right now. Are they going to close out this game? One other team left. I think it's a duo versus duo right here as Stretch does find Goku on the low ground right here. Stretch up on the high. Can they close out this game? We're seeing this shot cannon used once again. Stretch dropping down. Maybe they don't know about that. Stretch with his gold pump shotgun can't quite connect enough. He does go down. Arkham trying to spray down and does get the elimination to get themselves that victory royale. What a game.
Tahi and Gabe take it all home. 191 points. Oh, the curse. Second place strikes again for
No
Sentient
way.
Commandment and Edgy. And this time it's ever more hurtful. It's a single point. Jack, Acorn, and Slacks are previous FNCS trios naturally are up at the top 3. So are Reverse K Day and Miro. They managed to pop off, come back to top 4.